I will start with Ethereum, and I will start with, first I'm going to do a quick weekly check-in with you guys, and then I'm going to look at the trades. But the trades are very, very simple because Ethereum hasn't moved so far too much from where we set the levels this week. I'm going to start with the weekly because it's more important for where we are right now. We are preparing for a big move, and we have two chances, two prospects. That move can be the relief rally for the market, not necessarily for Ethereum, because Ethereum, I believe, has had its relief rally from the drop, the deepest point of the drop, to where it is right now. It's made a 130, or is it 130? I don't want to make mistakes. 128% lift, which to my mind is a super relief rally as is. Ethereum has great fundamentals right now kicking in with the merger, and again, I don't know the details, but I'm reading the news, and apparently it's great for the Ethereum network. There are loads of projects on the Ethereum network. It's like the oil of crypto. So Bitcoin is said to be the gold. Ethereum is said to be the oil of crypto. So a super sound investment. Now, where it is Ethereum right now, it is above this channel line, and this channel is a descending channel. 70% chances of breaking upwards. It broke upwards, and it is back testing it at the moment. Here, previously, this back test didn't hold. This back test came down. It moved sideways for 4 days along the 20 EMA, then it broke it. It moved sideways on the 55 EMA, and then it broke it. And then if it breaks the 55 EMA, we are heading down for a big spill. So now, if you're holding Ethereum, or if you're looking to buy into Ethereum, or whatever your investment options are at the moment, I want you to know that this is a crucial level. If it holds this green line, we are looking at this space between 2000 and the green line in the coming days, and then we can see Ethereum come up to 2100, which is a great level. And not only is it a great level, but it is again an essential level to move past the peak formation up, maybe towards even higher highs. Now, considering the fundamentals in the market, I don't know how far past the 2100 Ethereum is going to go. Keep in mind, it's already done a 128% lift. So to my mind, where it is now to 2100, there's another 13%. With this added, it's about 140%. So 1.4x in development, in growth for Ethereum. Huge, massive. So at the moment, that would be the level that I would be watching for. And if I were holding Ethereum, I would be selling a little bit of that just in case. I know it should retrace even again 20-30% after this lift. There should be a correction. Mind you, if we take this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, however you want to separate this, because I find it hard to separate Ethereum's 3, 4, 5. Let's say the 2100 is the top, and this is the bottom. At least I know, no, go back. At least a 0.5 correction is due after topping out, so it will need to retrace, and a 0.5 correction from this height would be a nice percentage to buy back in at. It's 30%, so basically you're gaining 30% on your investment. Plus, if it does start its correction, it might be breaking levels down and heading down for a deeper correction, because there's not too much, how can I say, positivity in the news today when it's coming to the longer term prediction. People are talking about the stock market overheating. I was listening to a commentator yesterday saying that smaller shares have started taking off, which is a sign of this particular overheating stage. So as we are right now looking at our oscillators on Ethereum, it does look like it is coming into an overheated stage, even on the weekly. So I'm not talking about the daily because the daily looks overbought completely, but it's heading down for a correction. I was talking about the weekly, which is coming up into the overbought area. Now there is still space on the regular RSI, which leads me to believe that this might keep going. But again, until we break into higher highs and until we break into this peak formation. So I'm going to make this line pink, not because I'm a girl, but because it stands out. No, this line. So this line is the peak formation. This is a giant head and shoulders on the weekly or the daily, depending on which time frame you want to take this into account. I think the weekly is more accurate than the daily, because the daily head and shoulders would be a little bit higher up to here, let's say. So if Ethereum breaks into this head and shoulders peak formation, we are looking at it possibly doing higher highs, a bigger lift, but it hasn't at the moment. What I want to stress is its potential to go for the moment to 2100. So if you are in short trades, or if you are holding Ethereum, 2100, depending on where you bought it, 2100 would be a great area to take some profit. If it breaks the 2100, happy days, we're moving higher. I don't know how far, but my guess is it would have great potential to move higher. Now, I know that September 9 times out of 10 is terrible for crypto. There are generally drops in September, so we don't have too much of September left for nice lifts. But it might happen of August, sorry. You don't have too much left of August for nice lifts, but we still have about 2 weeks left to do a nice another lift. For a relief rally for Bitcoin that seems stuck in nowhere land for the moment, and another 13% for Ethereum. So, hi Neil.
Hiya.
So what we're doing right now is keeping an eye on this green trend line. That is a super long-term trend line started in April, and it's the overflow. Keep an eye out for it. Again, 2100 looks solid at the moment because we are holding it, and chances are if we close above it, happy days. We're going up to test. The next level is 1920, the next level is 2000, and if we break the 2000, 2100. And I wish I could give you bigger levels, but this is how Ethereum is structured and how it goes up. Now, to move to the trade, to the weekly post-trade analysis, it's a bit. It's, how can I say? We've had nice trades in terms of small swings, but here in the final 2 days, today's Thursday, yeah, Wednesday, Thursday, this has been very hard to read, very hard to read. The only thing that was clear to read here were two things. The first one was the 15-minute signals. So again, using a 15-minute signal in these very volatile times is essential because until you wait for the confirmation on the 1 hour, the move might be over. I was telling Lee this morning, hey Lee, I was telling Lee this morning to take the 15-minute signal, to put a stop loss in, and to start with a third of his normal position, and then add the extra bit, the 2/3 or even 1/3 on the confirmation on the 1 hour. And that's the main message that I want to add this week to your trading strategy, because it's great to take the signals on the 15-minute, but then you need confirmation on the 1 hour that this is actually going further. So we had a couple of good trades, especially in this region here, but you can see how long it took to complete them. So from here to here, we got one trade done up and one trade done down, because you would see the rejection here in this double top and then all the way down. Then if you want to take smaller levels into account, they work as well, but Ethereum, again, by the zigzaggy way, it was harder, I found, this week to read than Bitcoin or XRP. XRP was the easiest, weirdly enough. So that was the refinement to our previous strategy that I wanted to bring in this week. Start with 1/3 of your position and add the extra one on the 1 hour confirmation. Now, looking at the anatomy of this movement, we are holding the 1 hour. We have been holding the 20 on the 1 hour for a while now. We have back tested the 20 and it's been holding. So to my mind, we might be going up to test the 1880, which we have already. We'll test it again and turn it into support. That might happen. Then the next level will be 1920, which is a level here. Come on, I don't know. Wait. Okay. 1920 and then 1950. I'm not sure if this consolidation here might give it enough oomph to go up to 1950, but there is a lot of resistance here at 1920. So I would take most of my profit from the long at 1920 and then leave it running to 1950. So this week, where did we start? The 15th of August. We started here and we said we're going to go down to here to this level. We went there. Then it actually came lower and made a double bottom here. So from here up to here, this line, there was another good trade. I'll mark the trades. I'll mark the trades with some arrows this time because it's easier to see. So there was the arrow down here, clone. Then we had from this double bottom here. It was quite textbook, but a little bit of jiggly sideways. Now here you can see it spiked down a little bit lower, but it didn't hold. It still counts as a double bottom, a W formation. Even if the second leg of the W formation breaks below the first one, it still counts as a valid consolidation for the up because it didn't stay there. That's why it's essential to watch it on the 15-minute. These 15-minute trades need to be watched constantly. Otherwise, you might lose this move. So the fact that this wicked down and then moved up doesn't mean that we're going down because it broke the previous low. It means that it's consolidation for the up. Bitcoin did the same thing. This is where I entered a short thinking, oh, we're coming down, but then it retraced up. Bitcoin had two 15-minute candles acting like that. So it was a little bit longer in time. But then when I saw that it didn't hold, I realized that something's gonna play out. So there was one small trade here, one small trade here. Then here you would see this is a V shape. This is a V-shape reversal. You would see it though in the RSI on the 15 minutes. So you would still have the reading there. Also, you would have big volume lift here and then topping out for 1, 2, 3 candles. I would enter here on this candle because this level, the white line did not hold. The level was not turned into support. If it had been turned into support, then I would have gone into a long to the next level, but it didn't hold. So there was another trade there to be done. Now, if you wanted to make this trade, the small trade here from this level down to the next, your call. But what has been happening in this space is massive head-wrecking territory. Here is where a couple of years ago, Roy and I would be pulling our hair out, going, what is going on? And one of the reasons why I stopped teaching English is so that I could curse, but I can't because I know that I want to make this family friendly for you guys to watch. So this would be the hardest, how can I say, emotional space to trade in, because you know where it's going. You see it going that way, but it isn't going that way. So it's all that you know, all that you've been practicing here is not proving to work. And what would actually work here is two things. First, stepping back, letting this prove itself, or actually going with your trade signals and being okay with going in and out of trades, which is what Roy and I have been doing over the past 2 days. So we're going in on the shorter time frame, the 15-minute signals, and if the 15-minute reverses, we come out. We might take a small loss. Like I've taken losses of 6%, of 5%. At times I've taken 25% of a loss. These days, on Monday, I took minus 25%. So we might have to take some losses at times, but we have to be okay with it emotionally, because this is what the space requires us to do. As long as, for instance, right now I'm in a long in Bitcoin and a long in XRP. The long in Bitcoin is looking like it's not going anywhere, but at the same time it hasn't broken my levels, so it's not breaking any lower. I have a stop loss in. I've protected myself. I'm letting it play out. I've accepted the loss of the stop loss, and I'm going with it. As simple as that. I'm not stressing over it. I'm not feeding it my energy, because it's not worth it. It will play out as it will play out. So I love how each week brings us new lessons to learn, hands-on in terms of trading. And I'm happy that I finally get to talk to you guys about this period, because I know it very well. First time Roy and I got caught in this, we lost a lot of money. Not only did we lose the money, but we also lost our heads. We needed weeks to recover from this, mentally, emotionally. How can I say, our confidence needed to come back again. We had to paper trade after a period like that, because the strategies that we had been using weren't working, and we found ourselves to be defeated. And that's not what I want you to go through. That's the benefit of having coaches to teach you how to trade. We weren't as lucky as you guys are, so don't get defeated here. Accepting the loss is a win. You put in your stop loss, you accept. I hope I don't have to change all my charts now. So the main bit that I want you to take from this is trade in a flexible way, and if you lose, accept the loss, because it will be a small loss. You won't be putting in stop losses of 50% and losing straight. Not all of your trades will be losses. I guarantee you that. Not all of your trades will be wins either. And if you apply the strategy consistently, your losses will be less than your wins. So keeping the mind straight here is the task, is the most important challenge. Ethereum is particularly sideways loving. So at the moment, despite all the sideways, if you are in longs, there is no invalidation for that long. It's still holding the 20 and the 55. There's a crossing of the 20 at the 55 on the 15-minute, and the 1 hour, and on the 1 hour is holding the 55 as well. So great support on both time frames. So that's the reflection that I have on Ethereum. Do you guys have any questions or observations about your Ethereum trades? Okay, super. So you're good. In the coming into the weekend, the weekend is all about the range. So there will be a range set tomorrow, and the weekend will slightly expand it up and down. But there will be a range. So probably this will develop into a sideways. Again, using my intuition and imagination, probably somewhere around here. It would be a great range to trade in if it happens the way I anticipate it to happen. It would be a 6% range, which sounds like a weekend range. Coming down, up and down, it would be great to trade. If you've been trading all week and you made some money, you can also step back and take the weekend off. Keep an eye out for the daily levels if you're holding, because you don't want to see that daily channel line break. Also here, in terms of watching out, monitoring for your long, you should note that here in the stochastic RSI, the next hour or so, you want to see the stochastic going up. Otherwise, this has the chance to flop as a double top structure. So be mindful of that in the next hour. That which is essential, especially when you get to a level like this. You want to see this level being broken in the next hour. That's what I'm trying to say. With Bitcoin, we are in a similar crucial situation, hanging by a thread today, and I would say tomorrow as well, because we have the stochastic on the daily is looking like it really wants to come down, and the MACD has turned down on the daily, so it's not looking great. It is not looking great. I learned this thing from a guy called CryptoFace on online ages ago when I bought with Roy Market Cipher. Both of us got the Market Cipher when we started trading, and worshipped it for about a month when everything was easy to trade, and then when things got difficult, as they are right now, the indicator stopped working. So, but I learned from him this nice, how can I say, descending. It's not volume. It's because the MACD is like the difference between the buyers and the sellers. But when we have these waves, these descending waves, so basically price action going up, but the waves are coming down, it signals a down. It works in the same way for the up. You have where is it? I think it's somewhere around here. Yeah, okay, so here you have price action coming down, 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 and you know that when the waves, but this is not, yeah, this is not working so well here in the situation, but I will find the situation here. Perfect. So here price action is down at the bottom, but the red waves are becoming smaller, so that signals a reversal. Again, this is I use the indicator, the MACD here and there, not constantly. I used to be a lot more fond of it, and I still have it on my Bybit account on my phone, and I watch it for all time frames. But sometimes I add it to my dailies, my daily charts, to watch for these divergences, which are very similar to the volume divergences as well, or to the RSI divergences as well. It's just an added layer of confirmation and confluence. So Bitcoin's not looking great, which comes as no surprise, because we've seen these trend lines being broken and rejected as support. So it tried to break here and gain support, it failed. Tried to break here, gain support, it fell. Here it did the same. Here it threatened to break out of this huge downwards descending channel on the daily. So, and it failed. And now not only did it fail there, but it also failed at the 20 EMA. And the 20 EMA couldn't cross the 55 EMA, giving us that lovely pump that Ethereum had, and it's coming down now. What's going to happen in the coming days is essential, because I believe we're going to move more in this space, up and down. I thought today we are gonna see a little bit more of a lift, like it. What's the name? XRP is doing a nice lift at the moment. It did a nice lift yesterday, gave me the profits for my trades yesterday, but Bitcoin has literally been stalling. Like it's made a diamond formation here, broke out, flopped back down, and now this diamond formation is just a simple channel slash wedge. Nothing spectacular or glamorous about it. No more diamonds for Bitcoin. I could bring this a little bit lower, just for more, yes, more touches. There we go. It's a sideways consolidation channel, either for consolidation for another drop or consolidation for a lift. So coming into the weekend, tomorrow and Saturday or Sunday, I imagine we would be seeing more movement around along these ranges. If we close today below the 20 EMA, it's not looking great for the longs. So please use a stop loss, because you don't want to wake up in the morning liquidated because Bitcoin did a, I don't know, 10% drop in the Asian session. You don't want that to happen. Or you don't want to wake up 80% in the red either, having to, DCA to get your capital back or to wait it all out. A big move is coming. We don't know if that big move is to the upside in a, super bear market relief rally, or if it is going to be straight down to the downside. Compared to Ethereum, that has made a 128% lift from the bottom to where it is now, Bitcoin has only made 40%, which is not that glamorous, not that glorious either. So there's still space in it to go up to this yellow overflow line, which is where I could see Bitcoin going a while back when I was in my short. Another 15%, so that would be 55% for the relief rally. But yeah, like my message is, don't go to bed tonight without a stop loss if you are in longs. Same for shorts, put a stop loss in, or a DCA. If you like shorts right now for Bitcoin, you are trading with the trend because it is below the 20 EMA. It hasn't made it back into support yet. So you are looking at better chances for the short to come through if you put a conservative target. In terms of the trades that we anticipated this week, here were the levels. Again, Bitcoin didn't have so many intermediary levels as Ethereum. And if I am to, no, this is the tick. If I am to look at it, how many Bitcoin trades did I make this week? 1, 2, 3. I made 3 Bitcoin trades, and I am in one right now. So there weren't too many Bitcoin trades, and one of them I won 28%. 2 of them I lost 11%. So they weren't super glamorous in movement because of where it is now. Terrible where it is now. You can feel the lack of excitement in my voice, but it is where it is. So we would have one trade here between this level and this level. After all of this, we do get our targets. Another trade, another trade here, going all the way up, and we did have the signals. So I can't blame Bitcoin for not giving us the signals, because we do have the signals. All we have to do is be patient. If we are to put the stop losses a little bit below this line and maybe risk 20%, we would get the targets. We would get the targets met. So this was another trade up to this level here. It topped out. It looked like it wanted to make the support, but it didn't backtest it. There was no real backtest. It was just continuation for 3 candles. You would have gone into a long here, let's say, and if you saw it coming back down and getting rejected here, take your loss. Take your loss here. I know it might have been a more painful loss to take if you entered here after the confirmation back to here, but it's still 10%. Let's say 0.6 here on the chart, but 10% in reality until you react. So you have to be much more on the ball when it comes to this. Almost a little bit like a scalper's mentality at times, especially after the hardest part is seeing your trade go in its direction. So you have to be patient and let it play out. So that's where the stop loss comes in, because you put the stop loss in and you let it play out. Here we had one down again for another trade here, and we do have our level met. Now here is where the games start being played, and yes, there are plenty of levels. Like there is a level here, I would say, of support and resistance. We can see the W here being it. This would be the center line of this. Absolutely. I can see why it got to here. There's a reason to this madness. I also can see a W formation here for my long, which confirms my long entry. This W formation has not been invalidated. I have seen at least 3 W formations since I entered this trade. Where did I enter this trade? I entered 23.6 here. I entered this trade here thinking we're going up here. It's come down to the next level, but it's moved a glorious 1.6%. So all of this time I've been in minus 15% in the red, and my stop loss is 23.150. So right a little bit below this. I'm not willing to give it too much space, because if I don't watch it, when I go to bed, that's my stop loss. If I don't watch it, it can go very wrong, very much the other way. So as long as that point is not broken, it's still looking like it could go up to, my target is 24.3. I see it coming up to retest this line. And this would make sense if these were 3 steps down and this is the first level formation all the way up to here. Now that's my plan for where it is right now. If you tried to trade this up and down, you would have seen that hitting the up target was the hardest thing, because it didn't happen, and it didn't happen once, twice, 3 times. So it looks like it doesn't want to get there. However, this is the play that it does. It to go 1 level lower, it needs to go 1 level higher, like it did here. So I believe that here we're gonna have a nice spike up and then head down. Now this is, again, I'm gonna say the same thing as I did for the for the Ethereum trades, it's a very tricky time to trade, and it's a very tricky time to trade, and you are you need to be on the ball. Like there is no dropping your focus when you're trading this, and it's better to come out than to stay in and risk your capital. Go in with a small position, add the rest on confirmation, watch it. That's like, other than that, you know all the strategies, and I haven't done anything particularly different this week than I teach you guys to do. That's the only thing that I've been practicing more this week and being very mindful of, is starting with half of my position. I tell you a third of your position because you guys are just starting. I start with half of my position at times. Sometimes my target gets met with half of my position. It happened once this week, and I was like, oh geez, because I wasn't watching it. It was midnight. My alarm rings at about 3 o'clock. I checked to see where it is, and I saw that XRP had reached an M5 on the day. It started at M5, and I said, okay, I'm going into a short. And I put my short in, and I put my M3 target, and by the time I was fully awake in the morning, my target was met. And it was a beautiful 40% target, but only with half of my position. So not as glamorous as I'd like it to be in terms of money, but it is where it is. Still good to get that. But again, the point I'm trying to make is better safe than sorry. Start with a part of your position, put the rest in on confirmation. And if your target gets met with only half of your position, it's still good. You've still taken money from the market rather than giving it to it. Okay, now also what I wanted to tell you guys about is a realistic approach to making gains in a week as a professional trader. So, and I'm taking this week from starting the 8th of August, the past 10 days, because it's very deceiving, the kind of image, especially a lot of YouTubers are projecting out there, making huge gains, putting huge trades out there and making, 500% gains or 1,000% gains. And if you're trading altcoins, yes, your gains might be bigger. If you're trading higher leverage, yes, your trades might be bigger. My strategy, as you know very well, is focus on trading XRP and Bitcoin. XRP is a little bit more volatile this week. It's proven it. And I only do a 10x leverage. I don't do higher leverage because I like to give myself that space. I usually don't use a stop loss. I use a stop loss this week when I go to bed because of how volatile it is, and I don't want to be trapped while waiting for the move that's about to happen. So this week I wanted to tell you that I made 14 trades. So this week, over the past 10 days, I made 14 trades. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I'm in 2 more, so 16 positions. 16 positions, 2 are still open, 14 are closed. Out of the 14 trades, I closed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at a loss. So a third were closed at a loss. My losses were the first one minus 15%, second one minus 55%, third one minus 25%, minus 5%, and minus 6%. So overall, minus 60, minus 85, minus 90, minus 96%. So almost 1x I had to say goodbye to. I had to give it away so that I could protect my capital and keep trading. Now my gains over the past 10 days, and it is only the past 10 days, were plus 20% plus 80%, so 1x plus 40% plus 46%, 1x plus 1.86, then plus 40%, 2.26, 28, let's say 2.5, plus 42, 2.9, plus 54, 3.4, plus 48%, 3.8. So I said goodbye to 96%. I made 3.4x over the past 10 days. And that was me covering up for my biggest loss over the past 3 months of 2.4x when one of my trades was caught. So over the past 3 months, before these 10 days, I had to close a trade at minus 2.2, and these 3.4x, because I traded like a beast over the past 10 days, were trying to make up for that, because again, I'm very competitive and I wanted to make that 10x in about 3 months. So I wanted to tell you that yes, I do trade almost not 24/7 in front of the charts, but I am constantly in the charts. I had to. There were some nights where I didn't have to wake up because I closed my trades, but there were nights where I had to wake up because I had trades open and I wanted to keep an eye out for them. I wanted to give you a realistic, very honest, and very personal, statement of my gains and my losses, so that you gauge your gains and losses as well. Because it's hard to, if you don't take a period of time, it's hard to get caught in, oh, I lost this, oh my God, I lost this, and I'm going to revenge trade to get this. There's a difference between I lost this and I need to make it back, and I lost this and I need to revenge trade. There's a different energy to it. So what I want to tell you is you can say goodbye peacefully to a loss, but then keeping your head in the game, waiting for the right trade and taking those gains every step of the way can make up for it. Because out of 14 trades, 5 being closed, it's out of 14 trades, 5 being closed, it's like a third, but then my wins are 4 times more than my losses. And again, I play a very conservative profit-taking strategy. Like, I take my profit as soon as I see a reversal, by my signals, a double top, topping out of the RSIs, an indicator on Traders Reality. You know them because I taught you that. But it's very, again, I think we've come to a point in your development where you need to start keeping record of your gains. And I do advise keeping record over the whole month. So please keep the next month that's coming, the month of September, or even from this date to the next month's date, keep record so that you clearly see how many trades you're opening, how many you're winning, how many you're losing. It's good to make technical notes and say, I lost this because, or I made money here because. So it's good to make the technical notes, but please make the money notes as well. I love keeping money notes. I used to have, and it was the fault of my upbringing. My parents didn't. How can I say this elegantly? They didn't have to worry about money. My grandparents didn't have to worry about money either. So I didn't grow up in a very wealthy family, but I didn't grow up with awareness of how important money is, because I had it. And then when I didn't have it as an adult, and by didn't have it was working as a teacher, I saw the money that I was making, and I saw the money that my students were making. And I was teaching for a premium school in Dublin, and I had people coming in, making hundreds of thousands, and I was like, how am I making tens of thousands and they're making hundreds of thousands? I want that. I realized the discrepancy of revenue, and then I started valuing money for the freedom that money brings. So please keep record of the money. It's not petty to keep track of the money. It's a good constructive habit. So I know I'm being very much of a teacher now, but it's helped me, and I want this to work out for you as well. And I'm teaching you the best way I can. Whatever worked for me, I'm giving it to you because I want you to succeed as well. So keep track of your trades, and you will see at the end of the day, you don't get to win all of them. Doesn't matter the level of experience, it doesn't matter the level of skill, doesn't matter the level of attention. You can do everything right and your trade will go the other way because it's the market and there's an element that you might have not have seen. It's perfectly normal. But when you realize at the end of the day that you're making more than you're losing, your confidence will kick in and you will have more courage and you will make more informed, more informed decisions in the future. And you will stop doubting yourself. That's what I want to say. You'll stop doubting yourself. So that was the big lesson that I wanted to pass on to you tonight. Yeah, keep trading the same volatile, flexible way. Keep trading the same volatile stage in a flexible way. A big move is coming. We're going to see which way it goes when we see the levels being met and broken. So if it breaks into higher highs, we're going for a beautiful relief rally. If it breaks where it is right now for Bitcoin, I believe if Bitcoin doesn't regain in the next coming days the 20 EMA, I believe we're coming down, and we're coming down hard, and probably it will be fast as well. So, but that I'll keep you up to date coming into Monday. I don't think any big move will happen on Saturday and Sunday. I will be in front of the computer, probably trading this Saturday and Sunday too. But I'll keep you updated for the big move, probably Monday and or Tuesday. So that's it from me. Any questions about Bitcoin? Any questions about trading or strategy, or any tweaks or any observations you guys have for this week?
Not for me, thank you, Mihaela. Thank you for being so transparent and sharing your trades. Really insightful.
You are very welcome, Lee. Neil inspired me to do it last week because he said it very honestly. You've taught us this, and we're still losing money. And I told him I'm still losing money because it is impossible not to lose money. You have to give some money to make some more money. That's as simple and as mercenary as I am trading. I have to lose some money to free up my position and make some money. My focus is on the making of the money. How can I make more money than losing? So if you guys have any questions, just let me know. I'm here to help, and I know how difficult this can be right now. And if you for instance have been trading and have lost in especially these past few days, sometimes it's better to stop the money trading and just put trades on the charts, paper trading, so that you test your strategy without the emotional weight. What I can tell you is that this will pass. This stage that we're in cannot last for, let's say, longer than maybe a week max. This will come to a more volatile, bigger movement period. This sideways is just price action compressing to give us something. Either a lift up to a double top situation or a lift up to three possibilities. Lift up to a double top, 25K for Bitcoin, a lift up to break that double top situation and go into higher highs, 27, 28, relief rally, or we're losing the 20 EMA on the day. And if we're losing the 20 EMA on the day, we're gonna start coming down, and we're gonna be looking at shorts, and we're gonna coming into next week. If we haven't regained the 20 EMA today, tomorrow, we have 3 days. If we haven't regained it by Monday, from Monday I will be looking to go into shorts at RSI's recovery to the upside. Just to give you a heads up, because again, as a trader, I day and night I have these scenarios and these levels in my mind. They are my reference for what happens. So thank you so much. You've been great, and let me know if you need anything. On Monday I will be doing a training session with our review. I'll be doing a training session on 2 things. The first one is how I use Traders Reality, so how I use the indicator, my knowledge of it. Again, I don't use the hybrid system, I don't teach the hybrid system, but I use the indicator. I find it very helpful and I highly recommend it. Besides the MACD, it's the only indicator that I use. And second, I will do a session on how I have my charts organized, because again, I like to keep it nice and simple and clear, and that will be the shorter part of the session. And I'll show you how I have the charts for Ethereum and Bitcoin. They're both very similar, but it's good to, again, maybe give you an idea of how you can organize your charts so that you don't have too much information on one chart, which would be harder to keep in mind. So thank you. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. Take some time off if you want, if you feel like you need it. And remember, there's always going to be a next trade. There is always going to be a next trade. The market goes up and down, and crypto works 24/7.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Good luck with the trade, Michael.